Hi everyone, this is Tony from digitalreadymarketing.com. In this video, we're going to talk about SEO analysis for Sierra Circuit. So Sierra Circuit is a Silicon Valley-based high-technology printed circuit boards manufacturer and assembler. So when we take a look at their page, this is what it looks like. And as you can see, there's this panel here that takes some time to load. And when we browse through, the pages seems to be loading pretty fast. So that's something that I noticed right away, and let me jump ahead a little bit here. As you can see, the loading time is a little bit slow on the home page. So when I tested the inner page, it was actually loading pretty fast, 2 seconds. So that made me wonder, perhaps that panel is causing a bit of problem, and the follow-up thing that I did was testing the JavaScript. Most likely it's a JavaScript based, and it is a JavaScript based. So the message here is maybe the webmaster won't want to think about using something else, not that JavaScript based panel, because that seems to be causing a bit of problem when it comes to loading time. And obviously, as you can see, one of our team members did this back in June. And I did this just now from the same location, so I could be wrong. In fact, we can test it out right now. Oops, to see if it is still feasible to demonstrate the issue I'm pointing out here. Oh, I apologize, because of the JavaScript disabled. Okay, so that's something we need to be careful with, and also, oops, let's reload it so that the JavaScript is now working. Achieved. Okay, let's do Texas. Paste it, test now. So that is testing it right now. And as you can see, the time keeps increasing, keeps increasing. In fact, it's a little bit worse sometimes, since it's sending quite a bit of requests there. So you can see it is slower than the inner page. So again, that JavaScript panel is probably causing a bit of problem for the loading. Okay, so that is that while I was browsing through. And since we are already on the website, let's jump ahead a little bit. Disable Java, disable images, disable CSS, and let's take a look at if the images are optimized. Display alt tag. So other than the JavaScript item, everything else seems to be doing okay. Here are the HTML links, they are visible, and images seem to be optimized. Okay, so coming back here, the reason I'm testing JavaScript is sometimes some websites, they do use JavaScript-based navigation. So that is not ideal, even though now Google does say they process JavaScript. They render it just like the browser that we are using. So they do understand quite a bit of JavaScript codes out there, even though it's still not perfect, but they do process it. But based on that comment, you know, we still recommend not using JavaScript based navigation. And actually some websites, they use iframe, which is even worse. And in case if you wonder what iframe is, we do have a post about it, so I'll put that in the video note, so please feel free to check it out. But the bottom line is navigations should be HTML coding, just hard coded. Don't make it like JavaScript based. Okay, that's coming back to the top. I skip a little bit there by going to the navigation item there, but essentially this SEO analysis, it's not comprehensive. I need to mention that upfront, really. Since we have a limited resource, what we do here is high-level overview, and we look at some important key points. And fortunately for this particular website, there are quite a bit of things, or I should say unfortunately, there are quite a bit of things that we found. But in case you're interested, we do offer SEO analysis, SEO consultation service. Here is a sort of brief, or just to let you see what kind of thing that we check And this is by no means a comprehensive list either, but I just want to give you an idea. Under each items, we do check quite a bit of things, and depending on what the client is looking for, we do tailor the items that we check for. So in case for example, if you do video marketing, we can help you with video SEO as well. So those are the kind of things that we check. So if you're interested, please feel free to contact us by going down the website there. There's a contact us button. Anyway, coming back to the SEO analysis. So the first thing that we found out by sending crawler, which this is Screaming Frog is the tool that we use, we found 820 pages. Whereas when we did Google search using site operator, we only found 479 pages, which means Google is not indexing quite a bit of pages there. And there are quite a bit of reasons for that, and it really depends on what's going on here. For example, maybe the internal linking structure is not good. Google cannot get to certain sections of the site. There could be no follow code on some of the pages, internal pages, so Google is not following those pages, so Google cannot get to those pages and not indexing them. Maybe there are pages that have no index tag, meta tags, because webmasters intentionally don't want those pages to be indexed. Or maybe robots.txt is blocking Google from accessing. It's telling Google, don't access this section of the site because we don't want you to. Whether intentionally, unintentionally, that is a different story. So we need to dig a little bit deeper to find out exactly why, but hopefully the webmaster of this website knows why. But this is essentially what we found for this item. Then moving down the list, homepage 302 redirect. Homepage is not 302 redirect, which is a good thing. In some cases, it's good to do it, but in most cases, you shouldn't do it. And we do see Fortune 500 companies sometimes do it. So it really depends on the situation. But in any case, this website is not doing it, so that's good. Number of pages with excess links, more than 100. So traditionally, Google, they could not process more than 100 links, but now they can. But still, we'd like to see and check how many pages have more than 100, because if you have too many pages, too many links going externally to other websites, Google will start wonder, why do you have so many links? Maybe they are spammy links. Maybe you are selling links. Paid links is a no-no. So that's the kind of thing that we need to look into. On the other side, we also want to find out if these links are internal links, because if they are, that's a good news. And let me share with you a very interesting finding that's published by searchmetrics.com. So they found out that there's a correlation between sites that rank high and sites that don't rank quite high with their internal links. So sites that rank from position 1 to position 10, essentially page 1 on Google, they have 150 internal links on average, whereas pages or websites that rank a little bit lower, they have 132. So there's a positive correlation with the ranking and the number of internal links. And in case you wonder what the arrow, why this is red and not green, is because that in comparison to last year, this correlation is not as strong. But as you can see, it is still a positive correlation. So there is a positive correlation to have more internal links to rank higher. So that's something to think about in case you are interested in rank higher. Maybe you should make more internal links. And unique URL, static URL. So these are the kind of thing, and I check whether this is a WordPress, and it is not. If it's a WordPress, this kind of thing is pretty easy to be taken care of, but this is not. And when I browse around, they seem to have descriptive URL, things like that. So I didn't really see much problem there, but duplicate content, we did find a www. non-www. issue. And let me show you what I mean by that. So let's go here. When I type in non-www. version, as you can see, it loads. And actually, let me get rid of these guys here very quickly. I apologize, so that we don't have a loading problem. But as far as you can see, it's not getting redirected. It's loading properly there. Ideally, this should be redirected to the www version because this is a duplicate content. And Google is getting clever now to not index the non-www version. In fact, we can check that out right here. www. Okay, so when we do that, the number is a little bit lower. So there might be some non-www version that have been indexed. Okay, so yeah, obviously that's duplicate content. That's not good. You should ideally there should be a redirect in place for that. Uppercase, lowercase, there is no uppercase, lowercase problem because so for this particular page, it doesn't even let me do it probably. Oh, okay, so for this particular page, it doesn't let me do it, but what about these pages? The inner pages. Okay, so some of the pages, they have this uppercase, lowercase problem, even though it's not duplicate content since it goes to 404. But imagine when someone typing uppercase, lowercase, mixed case, for some reason, they don't get to the proper page. So maybe there should be a redirect in place to make sure that all the URL gets redirected to the lowercase version. It's a good user experience, and obviously it's good for Google or other search engines as well. So that's something to think about. 301 redirect, we have 302 redirects, 21, 302 does not pass the link juice. So ideally we want to use 301 unless there's a good reason that you want to use 302. And we do have a post about when is a good time to use 302. So if you're interested, I'll put that in the video note. Please take a look at that. And going down, it has a robots.txt, so that's good. Duplicate title, that should be taken care of because again, that's preventing those pages from ranking higher. Meta description, ideally every page should have a meta description with keywords in there. Number of pages H1, missing H2, so H1, H2 again, based on search matrix data, they are positively correlated with ranking, so ideally every page should have H1 and some H2 as well. And going down is the site responsive, so we can easily test that right here by just make it smaller, and obviously it is responsive though. So oh, actually we made a mistake. It is not a responsive site, so this is not ideal because now Google, okay, it doesn't have an m.m version. So ideally this site should be responsive because Google now does consider that when they rank. Oh, here we go. It is responsive. I apologize. It is responsive. Now Google does rank the site on mobile devices based on whether it's responsive or not. It does take that into consideration. So it's good. I'm sorry, I apologize. It is a responsive site, so that's good. And there's some PDF. We can all optimize for PDF as well, but just want to find out if there are PDF files. So overall, it's doing pretty okay, but there are some items that's probably good to be taken care of. And there are obviously next steps that things that we can do, with each individual page. We can look into how they are ranking for certain keywords. In fact, I can show you this right now. Using SEMrush, you can see which pages is ranking for which keyword. And say, for example, let's say we determine this keyword is the one that we want to rank. And we obviously ranking pretty well here because annual link seems like to have it in H1. It has it in the title. So we want to see, okay, so what about this one? If it's ranking on page 2, and if it has a potential to rank for that, are there things that we can do to make it rank on page 1 for that specific keyword? So those are the kind of thing that we can do moving forward. And we can also do content gap analysis compared to the competitor of the site, see what kind of content the competitors are ranking for, and if there's something that we can do to not necessarily copy but create similar kind of content to rank for those keywords as well. And one thing I noticed here is that the number of keywords that the site is ranking for seems to be decreased a little bit. It makes me wonder if there's sort of maybe black hat SEO being done and the site is getting penalized, or maybe it's just a sort of a natural movement on Google, so it's not ranking as high now because some of the pages are not optimized. So that's something that we can look into as well. And since I don't have all the data, I don't have analytics data, I don't have Google Webmaster Tool data or Google Search Console, now it's called, I can't really do more analysis. But at this point, there are some questions that I would like to find out more if I do have access to those items. So that's pretty much it for this time. And in case if you are interested in finding out more about SEO in general, we do offer courses. Please visit digitalreadymarketing.com, and we have SEO site analysis for other types of website as well. So please visit our blog, and you can easily get there by clicking on the category site analysis, and there's a list of site analysis that you can check it out. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.